Going on, guys? Um, so I'm showing you off my new Void build because currently I'm pretty sure there's a glitch or a bug with Behemoth, so I got to resort to using another subclass. So I'm actually trying out Void, and I've put together this little class that I've made. Okay, that almost basically always guarantees that your void weapons will always have a good, really good buff to them, and also gives you Devour so you can spam grenades to give enemies weakness. You just constantly have your abilities back. Just almost everything gets ability energy from this whole class. All right, so let's get off to the subclass aspects and abilities. So my shield that I picked Rally Barricade, of course, because yeah, this can save you in a lot of circumstances or situations, but it gives reload speed, stability, and range, and it draws hostile fire. I know both do, but it's just the buffs that it gives you. And you can also peek over it. I just used high lift movement ability. For my melee, I did shield bash, because the thing is, like, yeah, whenever you kill a enemy with a shield bash, it gives you an overshield, which actually will help out with later things I give to you. My grenade, I'm using the Vortex grenade because it weakens enemies that are in it. My aspects, I'm using Control Demolition because hitting a target with the Void ability, which is like grenades and shield bash, they explode, which just does a whole lot of damage. My other aspect is Bastion. It just This is kind of more of a support based. It's Caster Super to grant overshield to nearby allies. Preferably, this is not a very good. Well, this is actually a pretty decent solo build, but this kind of more helps out with a fire team as well. So you can kind of run this in both situations, alone and with the fire team. My aspects that I'm choosing is Echo of Starvation because picking up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power grants Devour, which just Orbs of Power and Void Breach help out with your grenade cooldown a whole lot, and plus with the abilities that we get later into the build. Your Void Grenades weaken targets, just just let you do a whole bunch of damage. Damaging targets with grenades grant melee energy. That's really good because the shield bash just does a whole lot of damage and gives you the overshield. And then melee final blows start health regeneration for you and nearby allies. Again, that's another fire team type of ability helping out. But again, also it can help you solo as well. And then this is defeating weakened targets creates an orb of power and a void breach. Again, helping out with the grenade and melee energy all over again. So it's just constantly, if you know how to use this build correctly, just constantly get back your abilities. Alright, so obviously the primary doesn't really matter too much, and so does the heavy. But the exotic of my choice, I chose Graviton Lance because the thing that it does is that whenever you kill an enemy, it basically explodes and shoots out these mini void balls that seek out targets, and if those balls kills another target, they shoot out more balls to home in on more targets. So it's basically just a constant like chain reaction of just straight damage for super good ad clearance. And also it's not that bad single target, but that's of course why I chose like a aggressive frame sword, because this thing just does a whole bunch of damage. So basically this clears, this does damage. And I mean, I don't really know the artifacts all too much, so this is kind of I chose the encrypted data disk, and those are all the perks that I chose real quick. Here they are. Alright. And so, the armor bonus that I'm picking with this is the U technology. Because what it does is the two-piece, it rapidly defeating combatants with void energy, which is basically like the balls for the Graviton Lance, spawns a void breach, which again, in the aspects, helps you out with ability cooldowns. If you have the four-piece, collecting a void breach, your next final blow with a void weapon triggers a detonation. Graviton Lance already gives a detonation, so having two detonations just does a whole bunch of damage. And with my exotic armor of choice, I'm picking the Doomfang Pauldron, because what it does is defeating targets with void damage, which is the 2 explosions, the grenades, and the charged melees, bonus damage to void weapons, and defeating targets with void melees grants super energy. So basically, if I have that ability active, then I'm just doing a whole bunch of damage with this, and I'm just doing amazing ad clearance. Like, it's super good for just getting rid of small enemies, so you can just primarily focus on the boss, which is why I've chosen Aggressive Frame Sword. Almost all of these ones came out for the Triumph event that just came out like a couple days ago, so this is why I'm doing it as soon as this event comes out, because with all the changes, you gotta have a good class. So this is what I put together. So if y'all have any feedback, just let me know, and let me know if y'all enjoy this build. See ya. Here are the mods I chose. So for my helmet, I chose weapons mod, because this is where you do most damage with your weapons or with your grenade. Preferably weapons though, because you're going to be using weapons more and more. I did harmonic siphon, so like the orbs of power, again giving back more ability energy. And then void targeting, improved target requisition accuracy and aim down sight speed for void weapons. It's just super good for the graviton lance. Gains bonus super energy on melee kills. Again, the shield bash just gives back more energy for your super now. And then, so basically just, if you want to, copy down all of these for the general armor mods for weapons, because that's what you'd be doing most of your damage with. Another one, for the arms, is increased reload speed of forward weapons, so your graviton lance, shoot, 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 clear, 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 more enemies come out, reload quickly, shoot, 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 clear, clear, clear. Alright? And then we have grenade, final blows, create orbs of power, help you out with ability energy more. Then faster ready and stow speed for void weapons, so it helps out with your void weapons more. And then just for this, I did just general types of damage. Jesus, this music is loud. For the leg armor mod, I did recuperation, replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power, super good. Innervation, increase grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power, makes a lot of orb of power. And then void weapons get bonus reserves when picking up ammo used by that weapon. Super, super good. Alright, then weapons again. Proximity ward gains a powerful overshield when performing your finisher. That's just because this is meant to be super aggressive. That's just kind of like a save. So like you can like take a breather in between constant fighting. Outreach reduces melee cooldown when using your class ability. Just super good and cooldown. And then this one. This is the really, really good one, because it automatically collects nearby orbs of power when you activate your class ability. So again, it just constantly comes back with dealing with super good energy recovery, or ability energy recovery. Oh my god, sorry about that, guys. But anyways, yeah, that's my full class.